It is Saturday, May 20th, 2017. We're here at the Western Uplands backpacking trail in Algonquin Park, out for a 3-day loop. Today's beautiful. Tomorrow's supposed to be rainy, and then some more nice weather on Monday. It's about 14 kilometers or so today to Norah Lake, and then we're going to Little Hardy tomorrow, and then back out. This is the outflow from Gusku Lake. It's much further down than the actual lake. And there's Gusku Creek. This is Gusku Creek. This is a view of Norah Lake. The campsites are on the right side. This is the creek flowing into Dace Lake. Dace Lake's down there. The black flies have come out now. This is the creek flowing from Oak Lake. Couple tiered waterfalls. It's just a bog down there. This is a view of Oak Lake. It's a really nice lake. 2 camping pads on it. Both of them are very nice. There's a little bit of a cliff here right after Oak Lake. It's really beautiful. This is the outflow of Norah Lake. This is at the east end of the lake before you get to the campsite. It's beautiful. So this is camp for night 1. We have the tent tucked away here, away from everything else. Someone left a shovel and made a really sweet handle for it. We're camping on Norah Lake tonight. And it's a pretty nice hike to get here. Chose that tent pad because it seemed to be the only flat one. We're supposed to get rain in the morning. And the one down here is a little close to the fire. And it looks like a little river goes through there when it does rain. So yeah, the black flies are pretty bad, so we got a fire going to smoke them out. Just got some food, rehydrating. Haven't done much else but cut wood. And to get to the water is all the way down here. Let's get a lovely view over there. So yeah, this is where we get water, but the view is incredible. And there's a really sweet chair there overlooking the lake. Tonight for supper, got chili on the boil right now. I'll be adding some instant rice to this once it's rehydrated, and have a little bit of bannock as well. Should be delicious, and it's going to be a nice sunset tonight. So this is the finished product of chili and rice, Doritos, bannock, and a very beautiful sunset to be. So this is it for day 1 here on Norah Lake. It was a beautiful day. We did about 14 kilometers to get here. Black flies came out around noon, and they're starting to slow up a little bit. It's cooling off a lot. We weren't able to watch the sunset because, well, it's clouded over, and we are expecting rain sometime tonight, definitely in the morning, and then throughout the day. It's supposed to rain all day, and thunderstorms as well. Tomorrow we're heading over to Little Hardy, which is around another 10 to 12k, depending if we take the long way around Maggie Lake. But other than that, we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It is day 2 here on Norah Lake. As forecasted, it started raining. We got up at 6 and was able to pack everything up. All we have to do now is just boil some water for breakfast, coffee, and instant oatmeal today. Something quick. Yeah, it's really beautiful, even though it's raining. I don't mind hiking in the rain, so it should be a good day yet. It's supposed to rain all day long till late tonight, so it's gonna be a wet one. Today for breakfast, we got coffee, instant oatmeal, and a lovely view. It's only raining a little bit, so I'm just gonna sit out here and enjoy it. And the loons have been calling all night, and this morning as well. This is a waterfall just after Norah Lake. It's draining some of the wetlands. This is Mink Creek here. It's about halfway point between the first and second loop intersection in Maggie Lake. And it's starting to rain a bit heavier now. Yeah, nice bridge. This is a look at Maggie Lake from the campsite that's most north and close to the intersection. There's an island midway there. Campsite's nice here. This is the second campsite heading west from the northern loop, and it's a pretty nice campsite. This is mostly it. Yeah, not much for pads. It is wet right there, but from the fire pit, it's got a nice view of the water. This is a view from the unofficial portage out of Maggie Lake, the one that leaves the Algonquin Park boundary. This is a view from the campsite furthest northeast on Maggie Lake. So far, most of the campsites have been very exposed to the wind. That's a fire pad. It has a decent tent pad up there that's flat and large. The one before this was actually closed due to fire burn. So that's a tent pad there. It's pretty nice. This is a view of the campsite from where the old warden's cabin is. The fire pit's right here, and there's a tent pad there, and there's some further back, but it's got a pretty sweet view, and it's got its own little bay really. It's nice. This is the outflow at Maggie Lake. It's really nice. This is a view from the campsite that's out on the southern half where the peninsula is. It's a long walk just to get back here, and there's only one tent pad open. The other one's closed due to fire damage. It's very exposed here. It's extremely windy. We're just stopping for lunch. Gonna make some wraps. There's a few tent pads. This wall's pretty cool. It's a huge tumor on that tree, but it's not that great of a sight. We're getting a little low on supplies here, so we have cheese and peanut butter sandwich. Cole's going with half hot sauce on his. I don't know how that's gonna be. This birch tree growing out of the rock is, I think, pretty sweet. This is the rock face beside Steep Rise Lake. It's got water dripping off the top. It's really quite beautiful. Steep incline. More rocks from Steep Rise. It's raining now, so we're tucked underneath the tarp, waiting it out. We've been underneath the tarp for a couple hours now. We're starting to make a little bit of a snack. We'll probably have to cook underneath here because the rain hasn't let up. It's not raining very hard, but it's consistent. So for our snack, we're having sardines and cheese. It's been about 4 hours underneath the tarp so far. The rain comes on and off. Sometimes it's kind of hard. We've changed into a lot warmer clothes. It's gotten quite cold now. We've had a tea, a little bit of a snack. It's almost 7 o'clock. Gonna make supper soon and probably hit the hay. There's not much else to do. We did get firewood, but not much we can do with it really. It was dry, but it won't stay dry for long. Tonight for supper, got sidekicks with hamburger, peppers, onions, olives, morels. The sidekicks is a pasta and rice dish. Yeah, we got quite a bit of it actually. But we are eating under the tarp yet because it's still raining, and I believe it's going to rain all night. So it's underneath. Here we go. So this is it for day 2 here on Hardy Lake. We got here pretty early, but it's just been raining all day, and I've never had a real good opportunity to show you around camp. We ate supper, and we've done everything underneath the tarp tonight. Haven't really had any breaks in the rain. I'm just gonna sign off tonight, and then show you around camp tomorrow. Good morning. It is day 3 here on Little Hardy Lake. It rained pretty much throughout the entire night, so I'll show you around camp now. So this is a view of Hardy Lake. It's very foggy this morning, but it's a long and narrow lake. It's very beautiful. The fire pit's right here. And the park just redid this last year, so new bench, and it has a nice view of the lake as well. There's a tent pad over here. It's nice and flat. It was so windy yesterday that we decided to put everything down in this valley. So we have our tarp set up here. We were underneath that all day yesterday, and just kind of laying everything out. We're gonna have coffee and pancakes for breakfast and head back out. And there's the tent pad, and not much further down is we're into some very swampy area. For breakfast today, we have pancakes with dried apples and strawberries with maple syrup and butter, of course, and then coffee. This is a view of Hardy Lake again. We're camping on that peak. Yeah, long and narrow lake. Very nice. This is the inlet to Little Hardy Lake. This is more of the inlet. This is a waterfall flowing into Little Hardy Lake. It's probably 40 feet high. This is the inlet from Leech Lake into Hare Lake. And Hare Lake's just down there. This is a view of Maple Leaf Lake from the first northern campsite on the side trail. This is a little marsh flowing into Maple Leaf Lake. This is the outflow from Maple Leaf Lake. This is more of that outflow. Looks like a little slide there. This is more of the outflow from Maggie Lake. Goes way down there. It's really beautiful. This beaver dam is absolutely massive. It's got to be 10 feet high. This is up top of the beaver pond. The water's really clear for a pond. And that's looking down the dam. Very sketchy. The camera's going everywhere. So this concludes our trip. The first day was beautiful, and Norah Lake was a really nice lake to be on. The black flies started coming out. It was a very hot day. The second day was overcast and kind of rained off and on, but nothing hard till at night. And today's been a pretty overcast day, and it's kind of misting out right now. I would say the highlight of this trip was today, all the waterfalls you got to see. And the negative thing was running out of camping fuel while cooking breakfast this morning. Cole, what was your highlight?
I like the waterfalls. That was it.
Anything negative?
It was easier terrain than the other ones, and negative was the pancakes. Yeah, that's fair.
Breakfast as well. Well, thanks for watching.